Hi everyone, Jamie Prickett here with Mauro Arturi. Mauro is an executive director with Experior Financial Group. He's been in the industry for over 20 years, and Mauro, just a pleasure to have you, and
thanks for having me.
Look forward to our chat today.
Yeah, me too.
So Mauro, you've been in the industry for 19 years before joining Experior.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your experience in the business.
Well, I came straight out of working in retail, and I got introduced to the financial services industry. And I love the opportunity to work for myself and be my own boss and all that kind of stuff. So I found myself doing that full time for 19 years, and I did pretty well. I made a six-figure income, had a nice team of advisors, and then I was introduced to the Experior model and kind of shook the ground underneath my feet because I saw something that was better than what I was already at, and I never thought that could happen.
Right.
So
and you were comfortable.
I was pretty comfortable. Yeah. Not knowing what's out there.
Sure.
Right. I guess comfortable compared to what.
Yeah.
But now that I know what's out there, then I don't know how I was comfortable.
Right.
Knowing that there was so much more out there for us. Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And one thing about us, obviously, I worked at the same organization you worked at. I was there for 10 years, and we could, people could say good or bad about it, but at the end of the day, we got a chance. We were given a shot, and we learned a lot.
Absolutely.
Right? And learned a ton
Absolutely.
in this industry as a result of that. So tell me about the last 3 years of Mauro Arturi's life. It's been 3 years. Coming up next month, it'll be 3 years since we, solidified our relationship in business.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's looked like for you.
Well, at the beginning, it was difficult because it was just a whole new world for me. Right. It was different products, different system, everything was different. So, it took some time to learn that and to get comfortable with that. But when we came over, we had, and when I say we, it's my partner, Frank DeLeo and Laval. We had a few other advisors that wanted to join with us, and they came, and I think we had a total of maybe 40 advisors.
Right.
Which was good where we were.
Good start.
Good start. And then, but to see that after 3 years, we're somewhere sitting around 500 plus, I would say. And again, that's not licensed advisors.
Wow.
And it has nothing to do with me because I didn't change.
So less than 3 years.
500 advisors.
500 advisors. How many provinces?
I think 4 provinces.
4 provinces. How many offices in every province?
Yep.
In all 4 provinces.
Yeah. Which I never would have thought that would happen for me.
So, is it safe to say that dreams can come true still?
Absolutely. Nowhere close to living the dream yet, but we've tripled our income since we left.
Wow.
And our agency just keeps growing, and it's just growing because of the business model that you created.
Yeah.
And I was saying earlier, it had nothing to do with Frank, myself, or Laval, or anyone that came over. We're the same people. Yeah. It's just the system is different. The system is better.
Yeah.
And applying our skills that we learned from our previous company to your company and to Experior is just automatically just took off. And that's basically it. It's been an awesome ride so far.
Now, a lot of people watching this aren't going to have a clue who Mauro Arturi is, but I do know who Mauro Arturi is. I know you very well. We spent a lot of time. We've partied, hung out together. We've had a great 3 years together. It's been an absolute amazing adventure. But for those that are watching this is a guy who cares more about his team and helping them succeed than probably any other leader I've ever met in my life.
Oh, thank you.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
How good of a feeling is it? Because obviously you've had now some great financial success. As you said, you've tripled your income now, and you're already making 6 figures. So you're doing all right. You're paying your bills.
Yeah.
Okay. But to see someone like a Daniel in your business do what they've always dreamt of doing, to see a Frank do what he's doing, Laval doing what he's doing, all their incomes are higher than they've ever made before. Yeah. How does that feel as a leader? It's
so gratifying, and I feel blessed that everyone, we all came over, and everyone's having the success that they're experiencing. To have Daniel Prickett, who just turned, I think he believed 31 years old, right? And he's been with me for almost 10 years, and he struggled. He really did. He struggled. He worked hard, but it just couldn't work for him. I think the most he made was $25,000. Now he's approaching $200,000 in income. And just after 3 years, and his life has changed. Now he's getting married, he bought a house, so he can plan his future. And And again, although it has nothing to do with me, I'm glad that I was a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, because his success is his success.
Yeah.
I'll never. You've heard this before. I'll never take credit for your success, but I also won't take credit for your failures.
That's
You've
right.
heard that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But at the end of the day, he was able to do that because of the Experior model.
Yeah. Well, I would argue also having a good coach and a leader and a mentor and someone to help push him along has paid dividends, and he'd say the same thing.
Yeah, I know. You know, I've always been the type of leader that I listen and I care more about where you're at. I don't look at you as a part of the chessboard, a piece on the chessboard where I'm going to move so
Right.
that I can be successful.
Right.
I want to make sure that you're successful and that
Yeah.
you're winning and the proof is pretty much,
Yeah.
the success that they're having also allows me to have success.
Right, absolutely. Now, we all know that this industry can be tough, right?
Mm.
It can beat you, right to your knees and
Yeah.
keep you there if you let it.
Yeah.
But the one thing about this industry is that this opportunity is still amazing, regardless of how tough it can be in the beginning. So for that individual that's maybe struggling right now, that's with Experior, currently working with Experior, but still just hasn't found their groove yet, what advice do you have to them? What actions can they take tomorrow to ensure that the next day and the day after is going to be better for them?
Well, the one thing I could say is, first of all, keep going. Never quit. Never quit. Find a mentor. Find someone that you can be accountable to. Obviously, someone who's above you as far as, been in the business longer, maybe a little bit more experience. Because there's nothing anyone new in the business can tell me that I haven't gone through. And you can agree with that also.
Absolutely.
The sales that don't go through, the chargebacks, the no-shows, the hardships of not making enough money, not being able to pay your bills, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, it's easy to quit. Anyone can quit. But just having faith in the system and having faith in yourself and knowing that if you're doing the right job and you're with the right people, it will happen, but you have to put the work in. At the end of the day, sitting around feeling sorry for yourself and blaming other people around you isn't going to help you get successful. It's about you looking in the mirror every day, getting up, doing the things you need to do to make sure that you go to the next step. And it's just a gradual thing. And it takes time. Right? There's a few overnight successes that you can hear about.
Sure.
But most of the time, like, it's been 21 years now, right? And I'm feeling the success that I've always wanted now. I wish I was, 30 years younger, but at the end of the day, I'll never trade the experience I had for the time that I'm here too. So that's pretty much it. Just keep going. Just keep going.
So it's easy. So it's easy for people to quickly judge and go, yeah, but Mauro, you're everything here, man. You've built this thing, 500 agents. That's so easy for you to say that, just stick it out, stick it out. But I had a good chat with Neela earlier today, and Neela, part of your business, Neela Manning. Neela said, Jamie, there's never been anyone that she can think of that's had any success, made millions, that didn't go through a struggle.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if it's financial services, technology, running a retail operation, a pizza store, you name it.
Yeah.
There's startup capital.
Being in business for yourself, it's an ugly thing.
Yeah.
It's always ugly at the beginning.
Yeah.
And those who are successful are the ones that stick it out.
Yeah.
But also make sure that they're with the right system,
Right.
the right leaders, the right the right mentors. Because again, you can put in the time with the wrong business and still not succeed.
Sure.
Right. So it's important to see that, maybe I'm like you said, I have a big agency and everything, but that was because of the system and the belief that I had in the system, and what you said was going to happen is actually happening. So without that belief, without that trust, without that just blind faith kind of thing, it wouldn't have happened. It didn't matter what business it's in. Right. So.
Well, 19 years in the industry before joining Experior, surely you just made a quick decision and jumped in, right? No. So tell me about your research. What did you do before you?
Oh, we met quite a few times, talked about it. It was tough.
You looked into other companies as well?
Yeah, I looked into going out on our own. Frank and I starting our own MGA.
Yeah.
And it was tough because I left a lot of strong relationships behind. I didn't think they'd be left behind, but unfortunately, when you wear a different jersey, it's just the way it happens, right?
Sure.
So it was tough because I was there for 19 years and I built a lot of strong relationships, and I truly still care about the people that were my friends and associates. But it was emotionally, it was hard. Financially, it wasn't hard.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, if I could do it there, I can do it anywhere, kind of thing. So it was more of an emotional thing for me. But it doesn't happen overnight, especially if you're established somewhere else. you can't just make a decision to turn on the lights, right, and turn off the lights in your other previous business. When I first joined the financial services industry, it was a quick decision. It was overnight, because of the opportunity to make great money in this industry and the opportunity to help a lot of families and help people become successful. It was a very easy decision to do that. But to move over and come to Experior, it was tough. It was tough, but it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So last thing, I want to know what the Arturi hierarchy plans to do in 2019.
Well, like I always say, I'm nothing without my people. So when I talk to the Daniels and the Franks and everyone, our goal is to double, triple the numbers we did last year. Okay, and then we're talking about probably doing somewhere around $5 million to $10 million in insurance premiums. Okay, through the hierarchy.
And last year you did just over 2, right?
Just $2 million.
Just over $2 million.
Yeah. Okay. So and the year before that, it was less than that, right?
Yeah.
So
you're about $1 million the year before.
$1 million. So as long as we keep doubling and tripling, we should hit our goals. Income goal is to there's no reason why $750 to $1 million in income shouldn't happen within the next year or two for the top leaders in our hierarchy anyways. I always say that, listen, if you're not making money, then don't do it, right? So be good at your craft, make sure you know how to make money, and teach others how to make money.
So I want to pause you there for a second. Very important lesson right there. You said make money.
Yeah.
See, one of my biggest keys to success, I tell people all the time, make money.
Absolutely.
Don't just recruit to, what are you recruiting to? What are you building to?
No.
You got to make money.
It makes no sense.
The one thing I respect about you is you have a monster client base. You've got a ton of assets under management. You've built a strong financial services practice while building and developing other leaders.
Yeah.
So
well, that's what it is, right? We are in the financial services business,
and that's what's kept you in business this long, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. And I remember years ago they talked about the boomers and the wall of wealth from the inheritance and everything, and now it's starting to come, right? Because through my clients, I'm starting to get inheritance money and sales of properties and things like that. So, being a financial advisor in our business is obviously going to make you money.
Yeah.
But building a business is going to make you a future, and it's going to build you that stability and that lifestyle that you don't have to work hard to have the income and the lifestyle that you want. So, but it all begins with you going out there, like you said, make money. Yeah. You have to make money. You can't attract people if you're not making money.
Sure.
You can always sell the big story about this guy and Jamie's this and Frank's that and Laval is this, and that's great. They're living their dream. But what about you? Like you talk about other people's dreams, but you're living a nightmare. Yeah. That makes no sense. You have to go out there and make money so that you can attract people to your business, to your opportunity, right? Yeah. So being able to sell a vision based on where you're at is a lot easier than selling a vision based on where all your leaders are at, right? Because, there's always that thing that you think about, oh, please don't ask me how much I'm making. Don't ask me how I'm doing at this. Don't do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And we've all been there. Yeah. And unfortunately, you have to be there. It starts there. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be permanent.
That's right.
Especially in our business model, the one that you created, you should be able on your own pen, just helping 4 or 5 clients a month, not even, make close to 6 figures just on your own pen. So there's no excuse, right? I'm saying that because where you come from, other companies maybe don't pay you as much. Yeah. So you have to work a lot harder on your own pen. So maybe, so that's why you don't have the success you want, or you're not making the income. But here, there's no excuse for it. You have to make money, and you can make money here.
Yeah. Right. Awesome. Well, Mauro, you've literally changed now hundreds of lives in your hierarchy. You're changing thousands of lives from a client standpoint. And I look forward to the day that I'm interviewing your leaders, which I'll be doing a few later today. Yeah. But your leaders that you've impacted, it's just absolutely amazing. And I know that you don't take any credit for it and all that, but I'm giving you credit for it, whether you want it or not. Yeah. You're an amazing leader in this company.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to watch you continue to rise and change people's lives.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks, brother.
Take care.
Hey, if you like this video or any of the other videos that I have on my channel, stay tuned. We have so many more coming, but I want to make sure that you're in the know, that you know when they're coming. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the notification bell.